Morning troops, another day, another river. It's just after daylight. We're on the river with them. -2.5 degrees, grey and miserable. No, not miserable, we're piking. I'm never miserable. It's a lovely morning. It's, you know, it's low light levels. We've had a hard frost for a while now. The water's down. It's not chucking it through like it was a couple of weeks ago with all the rain. It looks bang on. Got 3 rods out. I was excited. I hadn't had the day off for a while, so I was here well before daylight. So I was a slow setup, just got everything ready. Wasn't sure what the margins were like, but they're okay. You know what I mean? They're a bit muddy. I've got to watch my step. Got a couple of points to the right and left where I can walk along the reed beds right down to the water's edge for returning fish and stuff, so that's good. Yeah, and we're out piking. It's first thing I've got to do is I've got to thank everyone. I've reached 1,000 subscribers. I'm dead chuffed to bits that people actually want to watch my videos. So thank you very much everyone that's subscribed. If you haven't, hit that button. Right, so we're going to try and catch some pike today. And it's, for me now we've got this really hard frost and everything. For me, it's piking season's started proper. So, going to be fishing a few venues local to me that I know are going to hopefully produce something 20 plus. You know, I want to catch something decent for the camera, not just for the camera. I just want to catch some decent fish to prove they're there, to prove it's not all doom and gloom. You know, you put some work in, you put some effort in, do a bit of research, speak to anglers on the bank. You might just have a red letter day. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for some decent fish. Now this is a long river, you know, it's a big river. The fish could be anywhere, but there are big fish in here. So I'm going to plug away on here. I'm going to plug away on a couple of local drains. It's almost Christmas, a dreaded C word. But you know, it's everything in the garden is rosy. I'm off work, I'm fishing for pike, there's a frost on the ground. Yeah, fantastic. Let's run through this swim with you. Here we are, left hand rod. I had to change the bite alarm this morning, the batteries were ran out on the other one. I'll change the one I'm sitting there. I've always got spares, so I'll just, rather than fiddling about with batteries first thing, I just changed the whole alarm, and then I can change the batteries at my leisure. Yeah, so the left hand rod. Is a whole herring. Just at the drop off there, but the drop off now, instead of being 9-10 foot, is 7 foot. So you know, the water's down. It's right there on a drop off, a whole sardine, size 4, micro barb curved hook. And I've switched them up a little bit today. And there's my middle rod. Again, that's at the drop off, but you can see it's well out of the water. So I'm well over depth. The stop knot set about 9 foot, so it's only about 7 foot there. And what we've got on that one is, like I say, I've changed it up slightly. That is a whole sardine on a circle hook. I'll show you what I've done in a second, because a few videos back I had a right mare of a day where I had over 10 runs, didn't hook a single fish. So my right hand rod and my middle rod are identical. I'll show you my right hand rod. It's all the way out there to the right hand side. Again, that's on the drop off. Again, that's a whole sardine. and that's on a size 4 curved hook micro barbed. So middle and right hand rods are identical rigs, identical setups, identical depth. The only difference is the hook pattern, and we'll see which one's better at the conversion rate. Now, I know it's out in the wild, it can hardly be a controlled experiment. I mean, those two rods could go untouched the whole day, and it could be the left hand rod that goes off all day. But we're just going to see if it's out of curiosity. If there's any difference in the conversion rate. So as I say, it's a grey old day. Zoom out, let's see it. Plenty of mist and fog about, plenty of ice in the margins. Water's about 2 to 3 foot down than it was on my last visit. As I say, I love being out on days like this. You can see the old frost on the bankside vegetation. See the ice in the margins. Let's see if we can see some pike on the bank. Well, troops, 2 hours in, had a little bit of interest on the middle rod on the sardine. Definitely a fish, left some teeth marks in the sardine. It was a jack. The rump didn't materialise either though, so I'm hoping that the jack was scared off by a bigger fish. So at the moment we're freezing to death. No, at the moment it's just and the water temperature is very cold. You know, I've just boosted the baits, get a bit of attractants in the water with the sardine oil, and hopefully pique some interest. It's a bit of a breeze just picked up, so there's a nice little ripple on the water. It's still foggy and misty, so the light levels are perfect. You know, the water's got a bit of colour in it. It's not chocolate brown, but it's still got colour in it. You know, it's not crystal clear either. So everything's set fair really. As long as there's pike in the area, should be all right. So had a little bit of interest on the middle rod from a jack. So it's a waiting game. I've had a little walk up and down to have a look at alternative swims. Probably commanding the best bit of water here. Yeah, I like to, when I pick the swim, I like to have different angles, different areas I can fish to, and this has got plenty for me. But you know, still might be a case of moving midday, a couple of 100 metres downstream or a couple of 100 metres upstream if there's no pike around. But at the moment, as I say, we've had a little bit of interest, which has warmed me up a little bit. A day like this, you've got to keep plenty of hot food or hot liquids in here, you know what I mean? It's not cold, you know what I mean? I ain't even got a coat on, it's not that bad, but you know, plenty of hot tea or hot coffee, whatever is your drink of choice. I've got some soup as well. I always bring a stove with me this time of year, so I shall be heating up a little bit of soup later. But at the moment, yeah, it's just a waiting game. We've got to have baits on the deck, you know what I mean? So I always, you know, not always, but if conditions are right and perfect, as I see it, I fish with static deads. You know what I mean? I might, on the river, I might trot a dead bait through the swim. Might pop them up if there's a bit of debris, but on the whole, normally static deads on the deck. So I'm just eager beaver. What do you do on a day like this? You know, on a real cold day, do you just say sod it, I'll have 2 rods or 1 rod and then lure fish, keep active, keep moving, keep warm? Or do you say sod it, I'm not going? But as I say, at the moment we've got the baits in, we've had a little bit of interest. It's early doors, so hopefully we'll catch a few for you. Oh, the old fog's moved back in. It brightened up for about 20 minutes, half hour, but that was about it. It looked like the cloud was going to break, but it weren't to be. So it's halfway through the session. Only that one little tickle on the middle rod on the sardine to show for it. Just had a change around now. I've changed all 3 rods. Moved them around, changed the bait. So on the left hand rod now I've got a whole pollen, middle rod got a whole smelt, and on the right hand rod we've got a whole sardine. I'll keep sardines out there. It's the only bait that's even been looked at really, isn't it? So got to keep one of the rods with a sardine on. Say the fog is dropping quickly. It's nice, it's really grey. It's not that cold really, even though I've put an extra top on. It's still not that cold. Earlier on, me unhooking mat was frozen and it's not now, so it's, you know, it's warmed up a little bit, but not much. this bit of a breeze, not enough even to put a ripple on the water at times. I haven't seen anything moving. I haven't heard anything moving. Just me, the swans, the ducks and the moorhens. That's about it. It's very grey now, so I'm hoping, I always say I'm hoping, and I'm still hoping that I'm going to have something today. I mean, it's not, normally this quiet. Normally, you still probably get runs, even if, if you hit them or not, that's a different matter. But so at the moment, I don't think there's any pike around, or if they are, they're very sluggish because of the cold temperatures. But still, we've got the baits out there. I say we've freshened things up, and hopefully we'll pique some interest. Different bait, you never know. Some venues, the fish prefer certain baits. I find along here, I thought that in sardine was the go-to bait, and sometimes mackerel, but no joy today. I'm waiting for a mackerel delivery. I've run out of mackerel this winter. So yeah, so I've got pollen on the left, smelt on the middle, and a whole sardine on the right. Hopefully we'll have a few runs in the afternoon. Sometimes that happens as well, feeding periods or pike moving at your swim. We've had a quiet morning, very quiet morning. Hopefully we'll have a killer afternoon. A scorching hot, warm us up. Another day drawing to a close. What can I say? It's been a pleasure to be out on the bank. It's lovely and crisp, fresh air, but no pike to play ball. It's been another very slow, frustrating day. Fish wise, but I don't know. Weather's been up and down. We've had a bit of a period now, cold spell. So, before that it was mild and wet, and so it's, the temperatures have been like that, fluctuating. The weather's not been constant. But should it really put them down that much? So one little nibble earlier on left a few teeth marks on the sardine, but that's about it. The river's dropped about a foot more since I've been here. Been running off for the last hour or so. There's not that much debris coming down. There's no weed to speak of. Presented my baits well. Just no dice, I'm afraid. So, gonna plug on till it gets dark. As always, troops. Thanks for watching. It might not be the end. I always say it. I might catch something. You never know. Fishing can change on its head, can't it? Could sit here bemoaning myself all day, thinking, I ain't caught nothing, and then the last half hour I could have 2 or 3 fish. But as it stands at the moment, the scores on the doors resounding blank. So we'll keep plugging on. Thanks for watching. If this is the end, if it ain't, I'll be old enough, 20 or 30. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching, troops. Time to get off home.